Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Augusta Preparatory Day School graduation celebration of the class of 2020. My name is Andy Jives. I serve as Prep's head of upper school, which is, especially on days like today, simply the very best job in the world. We have so much to celebrate this morning, and our focus will be soon on our seniors and soon to be newest graduates. But before we begin, though, will you join me in a moment of gratitude for those who have worked tirelessly these past several weeks to envision and plan not one, but two graduations. Our graduation parent committee, our facilities team, all of the Prep colleagues who have pitched in, and of course, our very own Pam Weinberger. If you know Pam, you know she will deflect the credit due to her, and you also know that today would not have been today without her care and love for Prep. Thank you to all involved, especially to Pam. As we know, today's ceremony is unlike any other we've done, and so we will need to provide an occasional instruction, reminder, and request. Thank you in advance for your gracious understanding and for your anticipated help in keeping this event safe for all and a point of pride for the Augusta Prep community. At this point, just a few reminders. Seniors, if you've not yet done so, please consult the instruction sheet detailing how we will have you process up to the stands. Respecting the wishes of our seniors and their desire to have as many of the rites and rituals of a Prep graduation as possible, we will marry together some elements of Senior Honors Night and the graduation in this ceremony. This includes conferring diplomas in order of longevity as a student at Prep. Finally, thank you all for already showing such gracious respect for our request and expectation that all of us practice rigorous social distancing today. Indeed, Prep has the opportunity to serve as an example of how such a gathering can happen safely and successfully. At this point, I invite you to please rise for the procession of a representative group of our esteemed faculty. Would you join me in a round of applause for this fine group of professionals? You all may please be seated. So at this time, We'd love to invite the seniors to please rise. Everyone else may please stay seated. And seniors, please rise and begin your procession as indicated in the instructions. This is almost your final exam as we head into the stands when the music begins. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020. Seniors, please have a seat. Excellent work, y'all passed. At this time, we'll invite down some of our speakers, and we'll begin with Mackenzie Liu, Student Council President.
Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay? Welcome to Augusta Prep's 2020 graduation. First and foremost, please bear with me as I attempt to get through this without any bumps. I haven't really had to bring in my empowering voice over a crowd of hundreds for a few months, so this could be interesting. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Mackenzie Liu, and I had the honor of being this year's Student Council President. Although these past few months have been rocky, I think we can all agree that being here today as a community is truly something to be thankful for. And for that, I'd like to give a special welcome and thanks to the following. Our families, thank you for your continued support. Pushing us when we need it, or even when we don't want it but need it. You've been there, giving us the love and care we need to achieve our goals. Our teachers, while this year we've encountered some interesting obstacles, you've always been there for us to support and guide us. When faced with the challenge of online learning, you all stood up to the plate, providing us with the quality of education that we deserved. The class of 2020 appreciates your hard work. Our administration. Mr. Willard, you became a new student at Augusta Prep this year, following with us on this incredible journey. You've guided us through the tough and the easy times, and we appreciate you and your bell curve metaphors and stats graphs. Mr. Giles, thank you for your thoughtfulness and passion for what you do. You've always been earnest about having our student voice heard, and it's helped me as a student leader to understand the everyday challenges that you face. We will surely miss your abundance of early morning emails and almost superhuman ability to pop up in places none of us expected just to say hi or how are you. Ms. Erskine, thank you for all the work you put into keeping us safe on campus as well as organized. You're always willing to help and do so much behind the curtain that many of us probably will never know. Thank you for the loads of sugar you've supplied me with and the artfully designed posters and forms. We appreciate all your hard work. And Ms. Weinberger, thank you for your service and dedication to the school. You've always done such a wonderful job in making this a truly remarkable celebration. And to our healthcare workers, thank you for doing your job in keeping us safe during these pressing times. Many of whom here have probably experienced the virus up close and personal. Thank you for your time and dedication to the safety of everyone around you. And finally, to my classmates in the stands behind me. Class of 2020, we're here. We've made it. We've definitely been through such a unique experience as a class. It only feels right to say that I appreciate all of you and thank you for the years, or maybe even year, of meaningful relationships we have formed. As a lifer at Prep, I have learned how valuable the time we have here and now is. And I'm excited to see what kind of experiences lie ahead for each and every one of you, and know that there will always be a Prep family here to support us in our next step. It is an absolute honor to be considered part of the class of 2020 and soon a Prep alumni. And I thank each and every one of you for being here today to celebrate this moment with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Mary Hunt Murray, would you please join us at the podium?
Good morning. My name is Mary Hunt Murray, and I have the honor of addressing you as the valedictorian of the Augusta Prep Class of 2020. The Augusta Prep Class of 2020 can only be described as unique. We are the first prep class to have a non-typical graduation, the first class to give a most one-of-a-kind and long-lasting class gift that you will all hear about more later this morning, the first class to complete our senior year online, and the first class to persevere and come together in order to overcome a pandemic and still make the most of our final times together in high school. I think these are all incredible things to be proud of. Our perseverance and determination to make it through any difficult time will translate into valuable life lessons that we will carry with us into college and beyond. We have learned to make the most of every situation, just like the one we are in now. Despite not having the most typical graduation and not being able to hug and congratulate each other in that way, we are still making the most of our special day and supporting each other and taking pride in one another for completing high school. I am so proud of each one of us and cannot wait to see what we do in the future as prep alumni. Today, however, it's a day we reminisce about the past, about our childhoods and special times growing up. We are thinking about all of our memories with friends and family that we have made over the past 18 years, and realizing how grown up we have become and how thankful we are for all we've experienced. I'm sure our parents and other family members are also doing the same thing, reminiscing about how small we used to be and staring in disbelief at the adults we have become. This day is not only special to us, but also to them. And I just want to say thank you to my parents and all my other family members for all you've done for me. I am sure every one of my classmates wishes to say the same thing to their families. So thank you. From the bottom of all of our hearts, for all the things you have done for us and for shaping us into the wonderful, accomplished people we are today. And thank you to all of my classmates for the fun times we have had together in high school. Surveying you all as a class, it seems we share many fond memories. Like on our freshman class retreat when John Bobbitt scored a game-winning soccer goal through Mr. Drive's window, setting the tone for the class of 2020. Like watching all of Ryan Friedman's Snapchat stories of his cute squirrel he adopted during quarantine, especially the one of his squirrels sitting in his pocket at Publix. Like admiring Tilly's British accent and thinking about how sophisticated she sounds, and of course is. Like fast-forwarding to the end of Mackenzie's virtual assemblies to see her bloopers and awesome editing skills. Like calling Miss Miller, Ashley, in physics class. Like laughing at Mr. Crawford's cheesy puns in our freshman year government class, and constantly hearing someone call him Crabbo in the hallway. Like watching Patrick Merchant, John Bobbitt, and Marshall Magruder run around the stage as girls in our senior year theater production. Like Ann Sunny biting off her lip on our senior retreats. Like always seeing Hayes Warlick with clay covering every inch of his clothing. Like coming into school every morning, seeing Ruth drinking her Dr. Pepper, or making a new TikTok, or spilling her Dr. Pepper. Like Gray Barbie expressing his strong opinions to the Duke admissions office. We have had an incredible high school experience, filled with fun, but also filled with hard work. We should all be extremely proud of ourselves as we are finally seeing the results of our perseverance as high school graduates. I know my parents are happy I graduated because they will no longer have to be accidentally woken up by me at 4 a.m. when I am going downstairs to study, get coffee, and work out every morning. Sorry, Mom and Dad, but I think it was worth it. On a serious note, our parents and families and the faculty members at Prep have seen the work we have put in over the past 4 years. They know how much we deserve this, and they are more proud than we could ever imagine of where we are right now. Thank you to all of the Prep faculty who have made our high school experiences so special. And thank you to all of those who have helped make graduation this year happen, even if it is not conventional. We are beyond thankful for you all putting together this special day for us, and how much you all care about us. We will forever be grateful for Augusta Prep, and are proud to forever be known as Prep alumni. Class of 2020, we did it. We skipped school for senior skip day and never went back. We are high school graduates.
everyone. I'm so happy we could be here today on this beautiful day. My name is Mia Joseph, and I've been at Augusta Prep since the 3rd grade. The president of the graduating class has several responsibilities, including being in charge of the senior class gift to the school. Every year, the graduating class uses their class funds to donate a gift to the Augusta Prep campus that adds value to the prep experience and future classes can use and appreciate. For those of us who were in middle school at Augusta Prep, we have fond memories of having class under the big pear tree. In the last several years, to our dismay, the tree had to be removed due to an illness. The teardrop area morphed into an area which we are supposed to stay off of. The class of 2020 saw this as an opportunity to leave behind something that can be utilized, would facilitate bonding, and help bring together students, teachers, and visiting prep families. After much discussion, we resurrected an idea that had been thought about in recent years, but never quite developed. An idea of building a monument on the teardrop. My fellow officers and I went to Mr. Willard, uncertain about his response. To my delight, he was not just on board with the idea, but he was enthusiastic about it. With his crucial help, the class officers, along with Mr. Jives, have had several meetings and are extremely proud of the end result. I present the shared vision of the class of 2020. Our goal was to create an interactive space where students could converse with friends, faculty can conduct outside classes, and families and friends of Augusta Prep can enjoy. We believe this area will be one of the popular landmarks at Augusta Prep and be a great spot for pictures. Our class is also introducing a new tradition. 8th grade graduating students will walk across the teardrop from the middle school to high school, symbolizing their transition to the high school. We are extremely excited about the many possibilities. This project would not have been possible without the wonderful support from Mr. Willard. The class of 2020 thanks you for helping make our vision come true. We present the class of 2020's senior gift.
Good morning. My name is Lucy Stallworth, and I've been a member of the Augusta Prep Class of 2020 since the fall of 2005, and this campus truly feels like my home away from home. I'm really excited and a little nervous to stand before you this morning, partly because I know I'm going to cry, and partly because I didn't know we would all be here together until this past Monday. I was thrilled to hear that we would graduate as a class, but then came the less than thrilling phone call from Mr. Jives with the good news that I'd get to do my senior honors night speech, which I thought I'd gotten out of. So rather than trying to make up some kind of wisdom, I think the best thing I can do is just share my perspective. As I said, I've attended prep since preschool. That's 15 years, or 135 months if you want to measure it like that. Which I do, because while the past 2 months have been less than ideal, it's just 2 months of a 135-month experience, which is 1.5%, by the way, Mr. Schaefer. It was just 2 months, but they were a really important 2 months. We successfully completed our classes, finalized college decisions, and completed our AP exams even as recently as yesterday at 4 p.m. but they were supposed to be important for more than just learning and assessments. The last few months of high school are supposed to be a time for reflection and reminiscing as workload lightens, opening space to enjoy the people and the places that make up school. Instead, we were no longer allowed to be in this place that was perhaps more dear to us than we realized, and had to stay at least 6 feet away from all the people who had become so important to our daily experience. Describing the last few months at prep like that sounds bleak, and allowing that 1.5% to overshadow the other 98.5% is pretty irresponsible. So instead of measuring our time together in months that we did have, or in months that we lost, I think we should choose to measure it instead in the amount of times Miss Erskine left a carefully handwritten note on our locker, Mr. Schaefer got so excited about the math that he started jumping up and down, or Miss Pilot lectured you about Chromebooks. The times Brian Chin made a three-pointer, Farah made your day, or Mr. Jives made you laugh. The times you hugged a classmate after their senior speech, you heard Mr. Boyd or Ruth yelling from the opposite side of campus, or walked into Mr. Kerr's room to snag some of his seemingly endless supply of candy. Measure it in the times someone smiled at you in the hallway, Miss Weinberger waved to you as you drove onto campus in the morning, you cheered your friends on or were cheered for. The times you fell down, but fell onto this amazing support system. Someone believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself, or you were given a second chance that you didn't deserve. Or just measure it in the amount of times you were proud to be a Cavalier and proud to be a member of the class of 2020. That feeling of pride doesn't stay here. We get to take it with us wherever we go. Because prep isn't just these beautiful buildings, it's these beautiful people. I knew this would happen. These people that are here with us today, and with whom we've shared and achieved so much. With whom we've built bonds and friendships that have withstood the distance of 6 feet, because we know they will withstand even greater distances as we go forward from this stage today. So thank you to everyone who has made the past 4 years of high school as memorable as they have been, and thank you for finding a way to let us celebrate this moment today together. And class of 2020, no matter how we choose to measure our successes, big or small, in legitimate metrics or ones we've just made up, be sure to still measure them, because they are everywhere, even if we have to look for them. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Good to know everybody's here. First of all, thank you, Mackenzie, for reminding us the value of community and that this does feel like a family. Mary Hunt, for reminding us just indeed how unique this class is, the firsts you have had to endure, and the value of perseverance. And it's great to hear you express such gratitude. Mia and Tilly, Caroline, it was a pleasure to work with you on the project. I hope everyone was listening. They've given us a bold vision for perhaps our 60th anniversary, which starts next fall, that 60th anniversary pavilion, and some new traditions and an iconic photo spot that this campus might lack right now. And then finally to Lucy, thank you. You have reflected what we cannot ignore in this moment, what was lost and separation. But I heard perspective matters, memory matters, and people matter. These people who are here today, and those that are at home watching us. So thank you. Let's have a round of applause one more time for our student voices.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. Bearing witness to today's ceremony, and the chair of our Board of Trustees, Mr. Sam Nicholson, is present today. Sam, please stand. Round of applause, please, for our board chair. Graduates, there are 2 signatures on your diplomas, which you're about to receive. One is mine and one is his. So, Mr. Nicholson, at this time, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Augusta Prep, I present to you the class of 2020 so that they might receive their diplomas. Mr. Giles, I believe we're up.
Sir, thank you very much. Seniors, as I call your name, you'll please rise and make your way down from the stands, crossing this stage from left to right. Stopping in the middle to receive your diploma, have a photo taken, and then you'll head down for an additional photo before then rejoining your family on the field. All right. That's my favorite part. Ryan Michael Friedman. Mr. Rogers has a famous quote he attributes to his mother, that in tough or scary moments, one should, quote, look for the helpers. There are always people who are helping. At Prep, there is a version of this quote that in those moments of need, we can look for Ryan. Ryan is always helping. While dedicated to his workouts, we know that Ryan's largest, strongest, and most actively exercised muscle will always be his good heart. A man for others, Ryan's journey to be of service to his community and to be of help in those in needs will continue next year at Augusta University. Lucy Carolyn Stallworth. Though we may not have gotten to see Lucy star on stage as Mary Poppins, I'm sure you'll agree that she has been playing the role for some time. Joyful and cheery, with a spring in her step as a cheerleader or a song in her heart as a member of the girls' trio, she can be firm and stern when it comes to serious performances in the classroom and on stage, service to others as a member of NHS, and guiding her peers on the Honor Education Council. As the winds in the east carry her to William and Mary next year, we wish her an experience that will be practically perfect in every way. John Thomas Bobbitt IV, a scholar, leader, and role model who met and surpassed the expectations and hopes of his parents, teachers, and former office mate. A skilled collaborator and team player, John is solution-oriented, role and responsibility-focused, and determined to achieve success, whether on the gridiron, the soccer pitch, the robotics arena, or the racetrack. With the mind of an engineer and the heart of a collaborator who knows what family means, John will continue to achieve great things at Virginia Tech and beyond. Gabriella Danielle Williams. One simply never forgets the first time they see Gabby gain access to a microphone with a poem in her hand. That magical combination makes way for a voice that commands undivided attention, requires deep thought, and inspires better understanding. A skilled writer and presenter who won our Distance Learning Senior Speech Award, Gabby is also a dedicated friend, a cautious consumer of brownies, right, Mr. Pollard? A glove and heated steering wheel enthusiast, and a caring and valued community member. Furman University's poetry circles are already warming up their snaps in anticipation of Gabby's arrival. Farah Noor Hassan. Scholar, artist, Harry Potter enthusiast, Student Council Vice President, whose birthday announcements were almost as entertaining as her public service announcements, and friend, good friend to all, Farah's generosity of spirit, positivity in the face of challenge, and brilliant sense of humor have added so much for so long to the prep community. Boston University will be better with this unique new community member. And Farah, we know and love that you will continue to be you at BU. Mackenzie Wei Ying Lu. There are simply too many ways to describe this extraordinarily talented young lady. Equal parts scholar, athlete, artist, musician, martial artist, and, as we discovered with her virtual assemblies, hilarious comedienne with video skills to match. And Mackenzie is a leader who, through her good example of hard work and commitment to delivery, inspires others to work with her for the good of the cause. As Student Council President, Mackenzie's work to reimagine the Commons is just one of the many ways she raised the bar for what the role could and should be. We know that Mackenzie will quickly find ways to engage and contribute to the community at George Mason University next year. Caroline Rose Mosier. With a smile that brightens the hallway and the day of each person she passes, Caroline is never too busy to share kindness and joy, even though she's usually really busy. In addition to an ample course load, she's typically balancing the duties of a class officer, Green Club member, NHS or robotics team responsibilities, perhaps doing something to do with Dungeons and Dragons, and her role as Prep's cyber maven. Though she will head off to Georgia Tech to further hone, develop, and advance her cyber skills, we do hope she'll consider returning to this area to apply them in a way that might increase our nation's cyber hit point count. Nina Marie Shaver. What a gift it has been to watch Nina lead the way in educating our community as president of the Honor Education Council, while also getting to see her school her defenders on the basketball court. As fierce in the classroom as she is on the courts, including tennis, Nina has taken full advantage of the courses available to her, delivering so well in AP Spanish this year that she earned the World Languages Department Award. We know she will rise to and surpass any challenge that awaits her next year at Georgia Institute of Technology. Nolan Dudley Baird III, diploma presented by N. Dudley Baird, Jr., class of 1981. Though his senior speech helped us better understand sleep cycles and dreams, Nolan has been remarkably awake and active throughout his prep career. In addition to his scholarly achievements in the classroom, Nolan has streamlined his athletic contributions in the pool and volleyed his way to victory on the tennis court. A friend and fan to all as a member of the student section and service clubs, Nolan's community-minded nature will serve him well at Georgia College next year and beyond. Josephine Victoria Stevens. Mild-mannered and cheery, with a smile to brighten your morning, until, of course, she sends a blistering volleyball serve your way that skims the top of the net and lands with authority just out of reach. Hard-hitting and hyper-focused on the volleyball court and in the classroom, Josie digs deep in all that she undertakes. Her senior speech on personality was a well-researched and informative guide, helping each of us unpack and understand what makes us, us. Josie's sophisticated understanding of who she is and what drives her will serve her well next year at the University of Georgia. Catherine Quinn Murray. This three-sport athlete shows impressive strategy, skill, and selfless team commitment on the volleyball and basketball courts, as well as on the soccer field. And she is even more selfless in her commitment to helping others less fortunate in her work to combat the American homelessness crisis. Her approach to problem solving, that of pushing past symptoms to identify and understand root causes, and her desire to create real solutions, not just Band-Aids, will take her far in all that she does to improve the lives of those around her. The University of South Carolina will be more solution-oriented next fall as Quinn joins in. Ben Buchanan Pollard. With an enviable sense of fashion, a confident sense of self, and a delightful sense of humor, Ben inspires others to look their best, be their best self, and do it all with a smile and a laugh. Equally at home in the hustle and bustle of New York City as he is in the far calmer community of the Upper School Art Room, Ben shows clear appreciation for the priceless works of art in the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the just as invaluable and timeless friendships he has built in his time at Prep. We wish Ben well in his next burgundy suede boot steps in his journey at Savannah College of Art and Design. Mia Isabel Joseph. The term leader only begins to describe how Mia has admirably brought her very best self to school each day in an effort to have a positive impact on her community. Leading her senior class to achieve outcomes other classes have only dreamed of, including a class gift to adorn the teardrop, and adding strategic vision and guidance to the CAV's Career Speakers Program, Mia has left her marks across the campus, including the pole vault pit. We wish her the very best at the University of South Carolina and hope that she'll accept an early invitation to return as a career speaker as early as 2024. You all witnessed her nod. That was a yes. She's coming back. Joshua Luke Krausen. Swift around the track, on the cross-country course, and through the halls as he moves nimbly among his daily engagements, Josh begins all that he does with a successful end in mind. He is a dedicated scholar whose contributions to the social sciences at Prep earned him the departmental award. He will be greatly missed in the art room, though his legacies as an art history buff, a supportive friend, and a skilled player of art ball will remain for years to come. We know that Josh will find both his next art studio and path towards success at Wofford College next year. Hayes Faulkner Warlick. Diploma presented by Joseph F. Warlick, Prep Class of 1988. If you get Mr. Miller talking about the quality of the work Hayes produces in the ceramic studio, Mr. Miller quickly shifts into a cadence of speech and collection of mannerisms typically reserved for teenagers explaining their favorite boy band member. Hayes is an artist. Hayes works hard at his craft and shares his talents and expertise freely. Clay on his clothes and glaze in his hair, Hayes is a focused and driven producer of quality who knows how to balance art and science. And this is good, as he'll need to keep this balance up as he continues his journey at Virginia Tech next fall. Mia Isabella Caiafa. With smiles and positivity to spare, Mia's role as a cheerleader energized football and basketball experiences on campus for fans and players alike. Her senior speech reminded us how connected we can and should be to others, and her work with Service Club further highlights her desire to bring her best self to and have a positive impact on any situation. We know great things await Mia at the University of South Carolina, and we look forward to hearing about her success, either directly or telepathically. Anne Elizabeth Sonny, an accomplished artist whose drawings and paintings have added culture, sophistication, and beauty to the Augusta Prep galleries. Anne has also shared her voice in song as a member of the chorus. A skilled science enthusiast, especially in biology, Anne has an impressive ability to explore a concept, understand its elements, and explain it to others in a way all can understand. She did this artfully with her senior speech on cultures, leaving all of us a bit more self-aware and in need of more monogrammed products. Anne will most assuredly have a positive impact on the culture at University of Georgia next year. Sosie Lynn Connolly. It seems so fitting that Sosie's senior speech taught us about memory, given that she has made so many great ones in her time at Prep, especially these final 4 years in the upper school. Striving for excellence in the classroom, Sosie also invested her effort and skills as a member of the cheer team to celebrate her school. A fierce and driven soccer player, Sosie will take with her the memories of success and camaraderie that she helped create as an important member of the team. We know exciting adventures and memories to be await her at Auburn University next year. Neha Jayanth Murthy, a talented visual artist who created works that adorned the halls and galleries of Prep, a driven scholar whose course load always showed a true love of learning, an articulate linguist able to toggle among any number of languages with beautiful phonetics, and a dedicated musician who brought Carnatic music to the Prep community with her sold-out concert this past fall. Neha inspires others to discover and pursue their passions. With a focus on helping others, whether as an NHS tutor or leading a project to produce blankets for the homeless, Neha is a selfless contributor who will have continued success and impact at Emory University next year. Brian Chen, a fierce and skilled player on the basketball court who even earned himself the Mr. Clutch Award as a junior. Brian's competitive drive and impressive teamwork reach well beyond the athletic arena. He shared his talents on Prep's robotics and Squad M math teams and was always up for a good match in chess club. A member of Prep's National Honor Society, Brian leveraged his strong academic abilities and leadership skills to be of service to his school community. Georgia Institute of Technology will enjoy Brian's presence and contributions as he continues his journey there next year. Laura Grace Polglace. It is so very appropriate that Grace should be at the center of this young lady's name. To be sure, she has inspired her peers and teachers alike with her ability to thrive through challenge with poise, courage, tenacity, resilience, and oh so much grace, this year in particular. With a spirit as brilliant as her patented Laura Grace smile, She brings substantial energy and effort to her work as a scholar, member of Prep's National Honor Society, swimmer, cheerleader, and artist. We know Laura Grace will both enjoy and thrive in her next chapter as a member of the class of 2024 at University of Georgia. Victoria Caroline Pidcock. When this triple threat performer isn't singing, dancing, or acting her way across Prep's stage, you can find her, well, performing someplace else, entertaining fans as a cheerleader, delivering crushing forehands and deceptive volleys as a member of the tennis team, contributing to Morning Fellowship as a member of FCA, all in addition to starring as Victoria, the student, in her classes. We will not soon forget Victoria's senior speech, for which she cast a substantial portion of her teachers and had them dress up and act as Disney characters and have them thank her for the opportunity to do so. This unique ability to engage others in delivering her vision will take her far at the University of South Carolina next year. Atticus Cannell Collier, diploma presented by Andrea Gibbs, prep class of 1988. A gifted and determined runner, a dedicated friend, a kind soul, and a true gentleman, Jack is as fast around the track as he is to leap out of his chair and extend a welcoming handshake and engage you in a most pleasant conversation. Jack's genuine interest in and care for others make him a positive and community-building force wherever he goes. And all of us will raise an ice-cold Coca-Cola, no Pepsi products please, to congratulate and wish him well at Georgia College next year. William Edwin Hollingsworth IV, diploma presented by Laura Maxwell Hollingsworth, prep class of 1990. Dedicated to continuous improvement in all that he does, William's efforts to be stronger and better as a thrower on the track and field team were paralleled in his efforts to deliver at a high level across an array of rigorous classes, especially in his senior year. William has done an admirable job of remaining goal-focused and driven as he achieves success in his prep experience. We expect to hear great things about his next steps at the University of South Carolina. Evelyn Grace Kitchens, diploma presented by William C. Kitchens, prep class of 1989. With the maturity, poise, and work ethic one typically finds in a young professional, Evelyn has done a remarkable job of navigating her scholastic and community responsibilities, even while being far from home for much of her high school career. As Evelyn's family welcomes her to North Carolina, and she and her sister share the Chapel Hill campus for a few years, her prep family hopes she knows how much she will be missed. This soon-to-be Tar Heel should be sure to get her heels unstuck from time to time to return to Augusta. Samuel Birch Lanier. Goal-oriented and driven to succeed, Sam is all business on the soccer pitch and equally driven in his classes, including a senior year course load indicating a desire to challenge himself to the end. Sam is also a kind-hearted friend and engaged community member. He can make a school hallway feel like a small-town sidewalk with his ability and willingness to greet you with a warm good morning or good afternoon, and his patented "How are you?" asked with just that emphasis, indicating that he truly does care about your answer. University of Georgia will be closer knit with Sam on campus next year. Andrew Marshall Magruder Jr., diploma presented by Andrew M. Magruder, prep class of 1986. Though many worried that Marshall would not graduate, not for any academic reasons, but rather we couldn't figure out how he would get all that hair under the cap, Marshall has much to celebrate today and to look forward to as he crosses the stage, beginning all that he does with the end in mind, whether on the football field, the tennis court, or in planning a most rigorous academic schedule. Marshall envisions his desired outcome and charges ahead with conviction and energy, doggedly determined, and that is spelled D-A-W-G. Marshall will continue to achieve and contribute at University of Georgia next year and beyond. Go Dogs. William James Mayfield. More comfortable in motion than at rest, William is a perpetually active member of the class of 2020, rising early to attend to morning church responsibilities and then shifting into a scholarly approach in each of his classes, all before lacing up as a member of the cross-country, basketball, or track and field teams. William's days are full, and so is his heart, with care for others, especially those in need. His senior speech shared with us his admirable work with Choice Humanitarian, an organization aiming to end extreme poverty. Georgia College will need to pick up the pace next year to keep up with William. Elizabeth Carson McCullum. Carson's senior speech helped us identify and understand the important benefits of having a pet: reduced stress, lower blood pressure, decreased feelings of isolation, increased reasons to get out of the house and be active. And I know many of us have found this to be important and true, especially since mid-March. Carson is a kind and caring friend to all, whether furry, feathery, scaly, or even human. An exception to this friendliness, of course, is if you're on the opposing side of the soccer field or basketball court. She will want to check Auburn University's student handbook, they have one too, to see what kind of pet she can take along with her next year. Gray Sullivan Morris. If a frontier can, among other meanings, be defined as an extreme limit of understanding and achievement, then Gray ventured toward and crossed many of those in his progress, growth, and success at Prep. It is therefore fitting that his senior speech would center on Alaska, known, of course, as the last frontier. His speech also provided sound instruction regarding how to best stay in the good graces of any bear one might meet. Good advice, you'll agree. We know Gray will also find himself in the good graces of all of the terriers he'll join next fall at Wofford College. Mary Hunt Murray, diploma presented by Larry Jefferson Murray Jr., prep class of 1990. Her senior speech on post-traumatic stress was purposeful and personal and helped all of us better understand courage, the need for empathy, and the importance of gratitude. Mary Hunt is, among many other things, courageous and empathetic, and indeed Prep is grateful for her contributions as an academic leader, a community contributor through her work as a member of NHS, and of course, an exceptional athlete. We wish her flocks of birdies and convocations of eagles as her collegiate golf career begins next year at Augusta University. And more importantly, we wish her many amazing sunsets. Sarah Catherine Page. Whether delivering a hilarious opening line in her senior speech on the very serious and complex topic of in vitro fertilization, or sharing her personal experiences and guidance with prospective prep families as an admissions ambassador, Sarah Catherine artfully captures and holds the attention of her audience in a way that engages, entertains, and informs. She is a difference maker in all that she does, as a classroom collaborator, a teammate on the soccer field, a team manager, or a research assistant to Dr. Servey. Sarah Catherine always invests her best effort and makes her mark. We can't wait to see the impact she'll have on the University of Georgia next year. Ruth Walker Roberts, diploma presented by Julian H. Roberts III, prep class of 1988. Exuberant and energetic in all that she does, Ruth has been a dedicated and award-winning member of Augusta Prep's cheerleading team, where she performed and entertained artfully. Equally enthusiastic about the visual arts, Ruth's work, both her fine arts classes and as a member of Art Club, has added beauty to the upper school and Hutchinson galleries on campus. A kind soul and caretaker with empathy to spare, Ruth is a great listener to her friends, though she is also never afraid to share her thoughts, emphatically, usually at one of the senior tables right outside of my office. Georgia College had better cheer up. Ruth is on her way. Anna Marion Sims. Given her appreciation for astrology, it seemed appropriate to consult the experts at www.thehoroscope.com, where one finds that people born on June 4th have, quote, extended expertise in many areas, and they are truly inquisitive. Clearly, for Anna, it was written in the stars. A skilled dancer, her choreography has moved cheerleaders and fans alike, and she shows equally fancy footwork on the basketball court and soccer field. Anna's ability to set her aim and give her best effort has caused shot puts to fly far on the track and field and grades to soar high across her advanced course load. University of Georgia, whose founding date makes it an Aquarius, will be a compatible next step for this Gemini. William Evans Walker. If there were a talks the least, says the most designation made for the senior class, Evans would be a clear winner. Reserved, respectful, a man of few words, but when he speaks up, people listen, and we should. One place where he has no difficulty expressing his opinion is the tennis court, where a sizzling forehand helps him punctuate his points against opponents. An avid sports fan, his deep dive into the history of SEC mascots helped us gain greater appreciation for these key members of our favorite teams. Thunder the Bobcat will be pleased to have someone who understands him so well join the Georgia College community next year. Matilda Barker, an energetic cheerleader whose true leadership extends well beyond the sidelines as a member of the National Honor Society and student government, Madam Vice President of her class, Tilly's fair, firm, and friendly style engages and informs others while maintaining and building momentum for initiatives. Compassionate and caring, her desire to be of service to others, even our furry friends, fuels how she leads. William and Mary will be stronger with Tilly on campus next year. Anna Elizabeth Moldovan. Whether turning another impeccable piece of pottery on a ceramic studio wheel or turning perfectly precise pirouettes on the tips of her toes, Anna combines grace, skill, finesse, and effort in her desire to create something of beauty for others to enjoy. A gifted and hardworking artist, to be sure, Anna is equally driven in her studies and in her desire to lead and be of service to her community as a member of the National Honor Society. Powerful, poised, and prepared for the next chapter, Anna will add immeasurably at the University of Georgia next year. Mark Anthony Adams, Jr. Gentleman, scholar, and athlete, Mark joined the class of 2020 as a junior, adding bilingual and bicultural strengths that enhance the global competency of his class and his school. Proud of his Peruvian roots and known affectionately among his classmates and teammates as the Italian Stallion, this charismatic and cosmopolitan community member will add much to his new campus environment as he begins his next chapter at Augusta University. Jasmine Renee Green. As driven in her studies as she is on the track, Jasmine is an impressively strong individual contributor and supportive and collaborative team player. Whether executing a perfectly efficient handoff in a 4x100 relay, entertaining a crowded theater with another brilliant performance, supporting the basketball program with her managerial skills, or delivering top quality work in AP English, Jasmine gives her best effort and inspires the same of her peers. Agnes Scott College will be greatly strengthened by her presence next year. Madeline Elise Tagan. Class of 2020's very own published author, Madeline's breakout novel, Good as Gold, explores themes of hope and trust and currently enjoys a 5-star rating on Amazon.com. Whether enjoying and adding to the community of the Prep Art Studio, running an underground poker ring, she claims it was bridge, but I've seen the ledgers, designing the most intricately decorated spiderweb cookies that are as beautiful as they are delicious, Maddie does it all with a soft smile and an open heart. As she continues to craft and share her story at Georgia College next year, we hope and trust that she will enjoy the exciting chapters to come. You all right? Okay. Nicholas Alexander Kayafa. A confident, friendly, supportive force on Prep's campus, Nick did an excellent job of making up for lost time this year. In just a short 7 months back with the class of 2020, Nick made his mark with impressive performances in the classroom and contributions as a community member. Proof that sometimes you don't know something or someone is missing until they show up and you wonder how you ever managed without them. Nick's return to Prep was both welcome and, more importantly, so very needed. We wish him 4 full and fulfilling years at his next school, the University of South Carolina. Graduates, you may please move your tassel from right to left if you've not yet done so. Congratulations to you. At this time, I'd ask that Neha Murthy please come to the podium to introduce our next speaker.
Good morning, one and all. My name is Neha Murthy, and today I will be introducing our distinguished speaker. As we take this time today to voyage through years' worth of memories, I would like to first briefly share some of my own. I remember after taking my admissions test, learning about a girl, Sosie, who would be in a similar boat as me, starting 6th grade mid-year. Then, as my journey began, Mia Joseph gave me the tour of school and became my first friend here. Everyone next to you will have a story of their own about how they bonded and grew closer to the others, regardless of when they came to Prep. These friendships here are some of the strongest. As we have made it through high school together, almost universally considered one of the hardest times in one's life, we have seen each other grow and mature into the true individuals that we are today. Friends and teachers have come and gone these past few years, but as we have triumphed, a certain individual who joined us this past year will also. In the mere 1 year that Mr. Willard has joined our family, the aura around school has completely changed. From the bright mornings we see him greet the eager children getting to campus, to cheering at games late in the evening, Mr. Willard has shown that his commitment to our community has been rock solid. As we are embarking on a journey with a strong foundation that this very school has provided us, Mr. Willard has established his foundation at Prep this year. He has not only made it a point to get to know everyone's names, a daunting task in itself, but also get to know the person. I can speak from personal experience when I say that he is invested in our well-being and endeavors. Mr. Willard has directly impacted my learning this year. While I certainly do not have 20/20 vision, the clarity his microscope gave me definitely helped my score on the bio lab exam. For that, I must thank you profusely. Rest assured, Mr. Willard, bio students in the future have a gift that will be handled with great care and used tremendously. His care and concern for our students doesn't end there. He wrote me a very sweet note after my concert last year and proved that he's a very generous human being who values service. In fact, if you did not already know, Mr. Willard has served over 4 years in the United States Army. While he values the time and effort we put into service, when asked what he values the most about prep students, he replied that we are fearless, in that in every action we take, we are willing to live beyond stereotypes and try new things. I believe this is a perfect description of our school, and especially the class of 2020, as we venture out to brave the world. We are incredibly fortunate to have had him as our leader this past year, and we can trust that our beloved school is in the hands of a great leader for years to come. Please join me in welcoming our head of school, Mr. Derek Willard.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for our salutatorian. Thank you for those kind words, Neha. It is indeed an honor to lead this institution. So, my original remarks today were to introduce the commencement speaker, Miss Danielle Danny Esti Ray, class of '99, and former upper school Spanish faculty member. I'm told she is a remarkable speaker, and I hope she's watching us today on the live stream. Unfortunately, she could not come in today for the event. I was excited to start a new tradition of inviting a talented alumnus back to the campus to speak to the newest alumni. Undaunted by the challenges of COVID-19 and determined to start the new tradition, I asked Danny to frame her remarks as an open letter to the class of 2020, and you will find that letter in your gift bag to read later. So you are stuck with me. I hope you'll be patient a few more minutes and be willing to take advice from a freshman. I know one of our speakers pointed that out, I believe, earlier. So seniors, that was my one joke. All right, so I'll be brief and I'll make 2 main points, so hang in there. I know you're all ready to go. First, graduates, know that your charge is to live out the Augusta Prep mission statement. In that mission statement, we talk about developing your intellect, talent, and character, and trying to help you embrace personal responsibility, global perspective, and service to others. Prep is known for developing intellect. We are the best college preparatory school in the Augusta area. I have no doubt that you are prepared for the challenges of college and university studies. Observing your class this year, I am also impressed with the range of talents in this group and with the commitment to character. Your intellect will take you far in life, but leveraging it along with your talents and your character will take you even further. In working to develop you as a well-rounded individual, we feel confident to say we are not only great prep for college, but also great prep for life. The challenges of the current pandemic have highlighted the importance of personal responsibility, global perspective, and service to others. You and your families have been required and recommended to accept limitations of your personal freedoms in the service of the greater good, what we call the public health. I know this sacrifice has been stressful and sad at times. If anyone had asked you to accept the personal responsibility to fight a global pandemic at the start of your senior year, would you have raised your hand? I am so thankful for the self-sacrifice of this community and that prep community members have remained in good health. We have been lucky. I'm also proud of our positive impact on the relatively low rate of spread in the Augusta area. There are more challenges ahead with this global pandemic, and I hope you will keep perspective that we face it as one tribe, as human beings. We will need your intellect, talent, and character in the coming years to conquer this virus, to rebuild this economy, and to remain a united States of America. Second point, I ask you to think back to the lessons of the speech I gave on Veterans Day last fall about my friend, Major David Taylor. At that speech, I told you I only wear this bracelet twice a year, on Veterans Day and Memorial Day. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I did ask you to think about him on Memorial Day, on Monday. If you recall, Dave was killed in Iraq in 2006 when an IED device went off under his Jeep. At the end of that speech, I shared 3 lessons from Dave's life, and I hoped just one would stick. I hoped you could choose one. Those 3 lessons were what's in your wallet, although none of you carry wallets, so we'll work with that. Tragedy can build community, and don't ever quit on the uphill. So what's in your wallet? For those of you who weren't there, Dave carried some select Bible verses important to him in his wallet that were found later. And my message today is not religious. Regardless of other influences from your own church, synagogue, temple, mosque, or mentors, as prep grads, I know you will carry lessons, some bit of wisdom that will center you in times of trouble. And I hope you reflect on that today. There is probably some quote from one of our esteemed faculty over here that you will always hold dear. Number 2, tragedy can build community. You have seen perhaps the greatest tragedy of your lifetime over the last 2 months. There are now almost 100,000 Americans dead due to this pandemic. In fact, the flag is at half staff today in their honor. How might we use this tragedy to improve the lives of those who survive? This is the central design challenge for your generation, and I cannot wait to see you get to work. And last, don't ever quit on the uphill. Who remembers the story about Dave and his wife jogging? At school, you got to raise your hand one last time. Who remembers that story? Faculty, students, I hope you do. There are more challenges ahead of you. And I know right now you can probably not see over the next hill of what will college look like next year. But don't ever quit on the uphill. Better days are ahead. And if you need someone like Dave with his wife to put a hand on your back and keep you moving, you give one of us a call. We will be here cheering you on. Parents of the class of 2020, thank you for your grace and your goodwill throughout this spring, unique spring, as Mary Hunt said, and this graduation planning process. It is truly wonderful to have you all back on campus and to celebrate today. Class of 2020, our newest alumni, please stand. Now, before I turn things back over to Mr. Jives for our dismissal procedures, families, friends, faculty, please join me in one more round of applause for the wonderful class of 2020. You may be seated. At this time, I'll ask Mr. Jives to direct traffic.
How about one more round of applause for my boss? Is that... Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, while this concludes our program, there is one additional tradition that we have slightly modified for today. Typically, our graduates walk through our athletic hallway, down a receiving line of faculty to receive one additional round of congratulations. While this is not fully possible in a socially distanced gathering, I will ask at this time that our esteemed faculty please leave their seats to place themselves along lane 8 of the curve of the track. As a part of our social distancing protocol, we'll be inviting each family group to depart individually. We'll begin in the back and we'll call you. We'll ask then that the graduates separate from the family to go around the goalpost and have a chance to be distant from the faculty, but for one final wave, air high five, what have you. Bear with me, we have Mr. McAteer leading the way. It's going to be theatrical.
I think it's the flip-flops.
So we would ask that the family please allow the graduate the time with the faculty, and that the family please make the exit as swiftly as possible. We ask that you kindly hold your seats until your group is invited to depart. Thank you again for your cooperation, good humor, and support of this program and celebration of such a worthy group. We respectfully ask that you please make a swift departure from campus, and we wish you safe and joyous celebrations for the rest of today. Congratulations to our graduates, and thank you to everyone for your participation. We'll begin with the Friedman family, please. As you're leaving your spaces, please do be sure to grab your gift bag, your yard sign, and that yard sign can be displayed in your front yard or wherever you see fit to continue the celebrations. The Mayfield family, please. The Moldovans, please. The Tagans, please. The Williams family, please. Laura Grace and family, please. Sarah Catherine and family, please. Evans and family. Hope Barker and family, please. The McCullums, please. Lucy and family, please. Jasmine and family, please. Mark Adams and family, please. Ann Sonny and family. Brian Chen and family. Josh Krausen and family, please. The Kayafa family. The Connolly crew. Hannah Sims and family, please. Mr. Pilar and family, please. Josie Stevens and family, please. The Mosier family, please. Farah Hassan and family. Evelyn Kitchens and family, please. Quinn Murray, please. Mary Hunt and family, please. Frank, thank you. It's been great. The Baird family, please. Mayfield family, please. The Moldovans, please. The Tagans, please. The Williams family, please. Laura Grace and family, please. Sarah Catherine and family, please. Evans and family. Hope Barker and family, please. The McCullums, please.